Can everyone just give me a moment? And I'm going to need everyone on this first row behind the attorneys. Please keep that row clear. Those are for our late and tardy people. Oh, sure. Oh, are you going to make offers today?
I can make offers.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Gregory Edwards. Flores. Gordon. Angel Viceno. Victor Rivas. Kevin Johnson. Ruben Rodriguez. Rodriguez Ruben.
Take a seat and remove the shades. You could see better where you're seating if you didn't have shades on indoors. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. Please let me know if you are here. If you do not answer, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. So this should be a happy Thursday leading into Friday. Let's not turn this into a difficult Thursday. Raymond Amaya. Jason Bernal. Thank you. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court. Blaspherientos.
Good morning, Judge.
Thank
President of the Council.
Thank you. Eric O. All right, can I have the file on that? Okay. When is that being reset for? Okay. And Norma on Thursday. I want to make sure we don't have anything that bleeds over to afternoon because I have to. Tyrell Shirley. All right, how do you pronounce your first name? Tyrell. Okay. I always was taught when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. I'm quickly learning. Sometimes all of them are talking. So I will remember to pronounce your name because every vowel is speaking. All right. Daniel Van Duzer. Thank you. Carlos Landon.
President of Council.
Thank you. Ms. Ferguson. In that case with Barry Hitchens, that needs to be a new attorney, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Kevin Johnson. Thank you. Victor Rivas. Thank you. Sean Foster. Sean Foster. Julian or Julian Christman. All right. Rodrick Wilson. Thank you. Angel Briceño. Demetric Jackson. Demetric Jackson.
He's in jail, Judge.
All right. Victor Rivas. Thank you. Allison Martinez-Saucedo.
She's present with counsel.
Here.
Thank you. Jimmy Aguirre.
He's present, Judge.
Thank you. Stephen Rhodes. Stephen Rhodes. Manuel Suarez. Thank you. Nieves Campos. Thank you. Amber Stomrick. Darren Parker.
Good morning, Judge. He's present.
All right, thank you. Bo, it's always a pleasure seeing you.
Top of the morning to you, Judge.
Top of the morning, Mom says hi. Coach Garden. Marcus Bennett. Marcus Bennett. Gerardo Flores. Gregory Edwards.
Good morning, Your Honor. He's present with counsel.
Thank you. Oscar Lopez. Thank you. Arthur Valdez. Arthur Valdez. Jeremy Garcia.
Here. Present with counsel, Your Honor.
John Robbins.
He's present, Judge. We'll confirm.
Thank you. Simon Castillo.
He's in jail, Judge.
Robert Mauer, I'm still waiting on information on that trip from your
She's gonna
daughter.
call you.
Okay. Mary Shepard.
She's present, Your Honor. We'd like to
Thank you.
confirm.
All right, Angel Cantu.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Present with counsel.
Thank you. Anthony Davis.
Castillo.
Thank you. Kevin Castillo.
Here.
Thank you. Jason Morales.
Present with counsel, Your Honor.
Thank you. Blake McCloy. Blake McCloy. Carol Schultz. Carol Schultz. Isaiah Gonzalez.
Present with counsel, Your Honor.
Thank you. Yvette Martinez. Yvette Martinez. All right, is there anyone who is here and your name was not called? Yes, the person standing, what is your name? LaPrentice County. And sir, your name?
Sean Paulson.
Why were you late? All right, Mr. Foster, come forward. All right, Mr. Foster, do not be late for court again, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I understand that there are parking issues, but you're gonna have to build that extra time into your schedule and leaving from home, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Your attorney will be here shortly. And please don't sit on that first row. Who else said they were, their name was not called? Anyone else? All right, so everyone, these are the rules. You see the sign to your left that says grab a file from the clerk. I'm trying to keep the center or the well of the courtroom as uncongested as possible. When you wish to speak to me, you need to go to the clerk, grab the file. The clerk will place the file here. Once the clerk has given me your file, just take a seat. I will call your name and you will be called in the order in which your file was placed. Does everyone understand? All right, let's have a great Thursday. Please confirm. Oh, and I already have files.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Approach.
With the will of the court. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm doing it one at a time. Just have a seat. I'll call you. All right, no problem. That's not. Hi.
Judge,
Yes.
from South Africa. We had a great trip. I think you'll be able to use it.
Thank you so much.
I had UT Health Science Center went with me, Alamo Colleges, Trinity University.
You know what, keep me in mind for the next one. Just-
I've already talked to Judge Joe, DA Joe Tuesday,
Okay,
and we need some CLE courses on family violence
okay,
and a program set up. You could do it.
okay, all right, I will do it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Are you ready to? All right, who is here on Blaspherientos?
I am, Your Honor.
And for attorneys, if you have someone who is in custody, please let the deputy know so the deputy can have them brought out. Yes,
Mr. Barrientos, Your Honor.
are you ready?
No, Judge, he's got an MTR and some misdemeanors, Your Honor. I'm asking for a reset on his case, so I can look at the DWI file, or the number ones, I guess, and then come to a resolution with the prosecutor.
Okay, so this was filed on May 5th. Who's the prosecutor you conferred with?
It's our first court setting, Judge. It's my first
Have you
appearance.
conferred with the state?
I have not, Judge, but a limited request for my reset is I have a sentencing in Canal County that I'm trying to get to.
Okay, what time is your sentencing in Canal County?
Well, it's ordered at 9, Judge, but I came here first instead of going
Oh,
over there.
thank you. Brenda, he came here first before going to Kamal for sentencing. I appreciate that. Where is he in custody?
No, Judge, you,
Mr. Blaspherientos, please come forward. Come forward, move quickly. Could I see a criminal trial division prosecutor? On Blaspherientos, I don't know if you're gonna be handling it or the state, but he has a number one that's a DWI.
Okay.
And so they'll need to get discovery on that. So no gum chewing. That's okay. Here you go. I would love to chew gum as well, but I don't.
Judge, he needs discovery on the DWI.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So how much time do y'all anticipate needing?
Judge, regular reason's fine with me, and I don't think it'll take more than.
All right, I'll give you 3 weeks. I don't want his case hanging out there. And you need to make sure that you report to probation. You understand?
Yes, I already have.
All right, how old are you?
20.
All right, you're gonna have to do better. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 3-week reset on Blaspherientos, please? All right, so we're gonna be back on July 19th. Ms. Ferguson, you can give them a reset form, and there's to be no speeding to Kamal County. Council, no speeding to Kamal
Yes, Your
County.
Honor.
And tell them that I helped you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this Allison Martinez-Saucedo?
I'm here for Ms. Saucedo, Judge.
Yes.
We have a PTB application in on her, and I checked with them. They're still doing May, so they said it'll be a while.
All right. Ms. Ferguson? All right. Have your client come forward, please.
I don't even think they'll have it by July 28th.
All right, what is happening with the process?
They're saying they're barely doing the May applications right now,
Okay,
and we're like late June right now, so I don't even think they're gonna.
okay. All right, so we'll recall this for July 28th. Just sign the reset form, and then after that, you're both excused.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.
I need more help. Appointments, coach, I'm all this shit. I'll clear this stuff up real fast.
Angel Brasenio. Angel Brasenio. Where's the attorney on Angel Brasenio? Sir, just have a seat till your attorney comes back. Jeremy Garcia.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes, where is Mr. Garcia? Come forward. Have you conferred with the state?
Yes, Judge.
What is happening with this case?
So, Judge, this is the first setting. I'm actually filling in for Mr. Nathaniel Navy. He's in Comal this morning. We're still working on going through discovery with our client. I would request.
What is he doing in Comal?
He has
And
cases
sorry,
there this morning,
you
Your
on
Honor.
this side,
Oh,
and your client's in the middle. I'm sorry.
he has cases there this morning, Your Honor. Typically, he's the attorney that would handle cases for our firm.
All right, so that other attorney had a case in Comal, but he came here first.
I apologize, Your Honor. I was already here for another case, and because we work together in our firm, I offered to fill in for Mr. Navy.
All right, has the state tendered an offer?
We do not have an offer yet, Your Honor.
All right, who did you confer with?
I briefly spoke with Brittany Sparks.
All right, you need to confer with her and see if she can give you an offer.
Yes, Judge, I will.
All right, thank you. Then come back up.
Yes, Judge.
Reno Charles, I'm sorry, Reno Corrales.
I have a confession. Morning, Judge.
Good morning. What is happening with this case?
Your Honor, you got a motion.
All right, everyone, please speak softly. And where is Reno Corrales?
I believe he's in custody, Your Honor.
All right, so you'll have to approach after he's brought out.
Okay.
All attorneys, if you want to approach on a case and your client is in custody, you'll have to let the deputy know to bring your client out, and then I will hear your case. And everyone is required to confer. So if you have not conferred, do not bring your file up to me. Who is on Jimmy Aguirre?
I am, Judge.
Yes, what is happening with Aguirre? And is Aguirre in custody?
No, he's right here. He's walking the circus.
All right, what is happening?
Judge, the Coban tape will be dispositive of this case.
We were here in May for Coban. What's going on? I said we were here in May for Coban.
Yes, and I talked to Ryan Bruner at the time. There's no notes in the video that got watched. I visited with Brittany. She said that she would attempt to watch it between today and tomorrow and just ask for a quick reset. She believes that Ryan meant to hand her the file to look at the video, but it has not been watched.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Jimmy Aguirre, this is going to be recalled for the 27th, and they will have to have watched the video by then.
When is the 27th?
Monday.
Okay.
Yes. All right, just get a reset form for Ms. Ferguson.
Okay, that'll be in person, correct?
Yes. State on Jimmy Aguirre, that is going to be recalled for Monday,
You said the
Mr.
27th.
I'm sorry, the 27th. Mr.
My name's Ned.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of your full name.
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph has informed the court that you all didn't get a chance to look at the Coban video. All right, thank you. Thank you. Brenna, it is very chaotic today.
Read this one. Yeah, you got me. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so when you are saying that. Okay. Okay.
Good to be seen.
All right. So, okay. Who's the attorney? All right. I'm sorry. Okay, just give me a second on this. Yeah. Okay, no, I remember. Okay. All right, thank you. Just a moment. Hmm? What? Ah, you're so funny. No, I was trying to think of your legal name. Because I'm used to just calling you Mick.
I don't want him to plea and then she first saying, I'll ask her. Okay, put the phone, she'll call me, okay. Thank you. Okay.
Yes. That one's, yes. Oh, well, that was done. Okay. Oh, what is the issue with yeah, sure. But just
And
like
you can admonish him on the record that.
All right, just tell the state that they need to put in the plea agreement that if he doesn't appear, he's subject to.
I'll write it. If they don't, I'll write it.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Angel Castillo. Who's the attorney for Angel Castillo? Oh, I'm just making up names today.
I was, maybe it sounded close, so it could be.
Thank you.
That's mine, Judge.
All right, Angel Cantu. And everyone, could y'all tone it down a little bit? Thank you. All right, so what is happening with the discovery?
So Judge, we finally got hold of the detective should be dropping off a disc either tonight or tomorrow. So I already got defense counsel's number. We're gonna make a copy of that disc, and then we'll have it ready for us to pick up
All right.
this week.
And so then that will solve the discovery issues?
Yes, I think there's in contemplation of an off week in the last setting. He's getting together basically a mitigation packet for us to consider. So we still haven't received that, but it looks like he's seen the records and diligent about it. We just don't have them yet.
All right, so you all gonna end up, what, making an offer off docket?
We can't judge if we're given the information before the next setting.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On Can 2, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a 45-day reset. That's gonna be your plea deadline date. Does everyone understand?
Yes, Judge.
So you all confer off docket with your plea, and I'm gonna need an acknowledgement of discovery on that day too.
Yes, Judge.
And then after that, Mr. Cantu, if you decide that you wish to go to trial, we will quickly get a trial for you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Yes. Okay, August 25th will be your plea deadline date, and I'm gonna write on the handy docket sheet that you all are gonna confer off docket with an offer, and the acknowledgement of discovery will be on that date as well.
Yes, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. I just get a reset form from Ms. Ferguson. Angel Brasinio. Who's the attorney on Angel Brasinio? The attorney for Jeremy Garcia?
Yes, Judge, I'm just about to.
All right, thank you. Reno Corrales, the attorney for Reno Corrales?
Yes, we're prepared. Thank you.
All right, everyone, please clear the center of the courtroom. Yes.
Can I approach you?
I'll call. Just give me 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
We asked, like you said, we asked the teacher to go before. We'll go with what they're asking.
You need to pull, if you're approaching on the case, you need to have the clerks pull the file. And I require that everyone confer with the state before approaching.
I just want to know if he has COVID. They let him in.
Speak with Ms. Ferguson. All right, Lindsay Phillips.
Judge. Groomer, I'm sorry, Judge wants to talk. Ron, can you come up for a second? You don't need to say anything. I need a cardboard cutout.
Okay, there's a line. No, you're.
I'm on the wrong side of it.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I was used to the truck.
Brenda, people keep wanting to approach.
I feel like
Judge.
everything's a little crazy.
Yes.
and I don't know if you knew this, or I don't. Ms. Phillips has some mental issues. That's clear. She was in a group home. I've been talking with Mr. Groomer about her case. It's not an easy resolution. She has bad days and good days, and she's having a bad day. What I would ask the court is if you let me come back tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, because I mean, she's had some good days and I've been able to talk to her. You
All
told me.
right, Ms. Ferguson, recall Ms. Phillips for Monday. Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Who's here on Skye Daniels? Yes, have you conferred with the state? All right, are they in agreement or no?
Yeah.
Who did you confer with? Oh, you currently conferring?
Yeah, so he told me he was here for Skye Daniels. Is there something I'm supposed to?
Yes. This is a request for a PR bond.
Okay, I'll.
All right, so quiet, please. So attorneys, if you all could please make things run smoothly. This is how things can run smoothly in the court, and this is how we don't have congestion. Please do not approach the clerk asking that your case be called if you have not conferred with the state, because I require that everyone confer with the state, and if you have not conferred with your client. If your client is in custody, approach the deputy, and the deputy will get your client out here as soon as possible. Attorneys, it would also make the well not so congested is, just grab your file, give it to the state who you want to confer with or who you're conferring with, and then have a seat. They're going to put their files in order of appearance the same way the files are put in order of appearance here. Then you don't have that much chatter, and then things will move quicker. Thank you. Now, the attorney on Skye Daniels,
Yes, sir.
would you like to present this to the state so that they will know
Yes, sir.
what you're conferring on?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
$1.
Okay, thank you, because those people are great, yeah. All right, the parties on Corey Senior. Yes. Can I have a prosecutor on Corey Allen Senior?
I'm at their just printing out the FTR.
No problem. But are you ready?
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, and have you started the real time?
No.
No, it's not. That's okay.
Sorry, I'm
It's-
working on.
That's okay. It's been very chaotic.
I'll do it right now.
You know, I think it's chaotic because people are like, hey, this is the day before Friday. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm ready, Judge.
Okay. Court is calling 2021 CR 60727, State of Texas versus Corey Allen Sr. Is it senior or senior?
Senior.
All right, is that like a senior because you're the second person with this name?
No.
Oh,
that's-
just
that's my-
senior.
That's my last name.
All right, thank you. All right, could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Ryan Groomer for the state of Texas.
defense?
Ed Garza, Your Honor, for Mr. Senior. Senior.
Yeah, I keep wanting to
I
say
want to
that.
pronounce it senior.
I get it all the time.
Yeah. So are you Corey Allen Senior?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you
Your
the
Honor.
same Corey Allen Senior who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 6027 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on February 9th, 2022 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
That's me, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge. Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Corey Allen Sr. did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March and April 2022 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
State.
We waive the remaining conditions, Judge.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Senior, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 3 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
There is an agreement, Judge. We have an agreed recommendation. It's the same recommendation that probation is making. We'd ask that you deny the MTR, place Mr. Senior on GPS tracking for 90 days, biweekly drug test for 90 days on the, I guess it's the UA hotline, monthly drug testing thereafter.
Is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Why should I follow it?
I'm sorry.
Why should I follow this?
Well, Your Honor, my client admitted to me when I interviewed him that he lacked due diligence in doing what he should have been doing to report to probation. But
All right,
I
Mr.
told him he
Senior.
has to try harder.
Yeah,
That's all there is
Mr.
to it.
Senior, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You can lower your hand. Where have you been? Why did you not report?
My first report date was a couple months after I got released. I went down there, I did make an appearance, and they gave me a date, and I could never get Donna Coleman on the phone. And I could have been more proactive in pursuing
No,
that.
when they give you a date to appear, you appear.
Okay,
Every
but
time I give people conditions, you know what I say? I say you can either report by Zoom or in person.
yes, Your Honor,
So how old are you?
35.
You're not like a 17-year-old or 18-year-old. Ooh, what do I do?
No,
You knew that you had to report. So again, we're back to the question of why you're not reporting to probation. That's the easiest thing to do. Now, it may be time consuming. I've been a defense attorney. I've had clients come to me and say, I had to wait for 3 hours or 4 hours, but you're on probation. So it's like, do you want to wait 3 or 4 hours at probation, or do you want to go to prison?
yes, Your Honor.
So we're back. Why were you not reporting? So you didn't report in March and you didn't report in April. And it seems to me you didn't report in March. You would have been doubly sure to report in April. So why are you not reporting on probation?
Your Honor, like my attorney said, I just should have been more proactive.
What were you doing instead of reporting? Were you using?
No,
And here's the thing, tell the truth, shame the devil.
I was working. I work at Southern Warehousing. It's off of I-35 and 18 Center Parkway. And I don't have a good answer other than I should have been more proactive in reporting.
And I'm assuming you've done nothing on probation,
I have paid my first restitution.
but nothing else.
That's all I'm doing. If you're
All right, and your restitution, how much was it?
$60.
And that was for drug testing, right?
No, that was just, we had come to an agreement for $60 a month, and I got an email saying I owed $60 and I paid it.
I show it as a supervision fee.
Supervision fee.
All right, so probation, you all want him on GPS. How's that gonna solve his problem of not reporting? Is it just gonna be like when he doesn't report, we'll know where to pick him up?
Well, I would suggest the GPS monitoring and maybe weekly reporting for 60 days, just so that we could make sure that he is reporting, and then along with the officer's recommendation for the UA hotline, and then for, I think it said 90 days, and then monthly thereafter.
Okay.
Weekly reporting will get him in, the cycle of actually reporting and making sure he's on his, doing his task in his school.
Are you able to afford GPS?
Judge, I was going to ask the court if you would please waive the fees.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. I'll follow your agreement as far as denying the motion, but what I'm going to do is, because I don't think there's a GPS that can be given to him with waiving fees. You're going to do weekly reporting for 90 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're going to do the UA hotline for 90 days. And I want him to call in every day on the hotline.
Yes.
Yes. All right. And all of the conditions will remain. You better start doing parenting classes. You understand?
I've actually, may I speak?
Yes.
I've actually completed the CPS prior to this that we had discussed, and I do have proof of that. I don't know if that helps at all.
When was that done through CPS?
Like 6 months before this case.
No,
No?
that does not help at all. You know why?
That's fine.
Because you were given parenting classes with CPS, right? And you should have learned, and you said 6 months before this case, you should have learned that having a possession of a controlled substance is not a good thing to have when you have children.
Well, it was 6 months before the sentence. I picked up this case like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
you need to do parenting,
Yes, Your Honor.
because that needs to teach you that when you sign a contract, this probation is a contract with the court, you have to follow through, because otherwise there are consequences. And those consequences could be you not seeing your child for 3 years. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I know that people have children come visit them at the jail and the prison, which I've never agreed with, but you don't want that to happen, right? So when are you reporting?
Every day, or calling every day.
Yes, and when are you reporting to probation?
Once a week.
Yes, and I'm telling you right now, don't do this thing where I picked up the phone, I couldn't get in touch with my probation officer. You had better be at probation and have whoever's sitting at the front desk sign some documentation for you saying that you were there. You understand?
I do understand.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right, so you're gonna report weekly for 90 days, and you're gonna do the UA hotline for 90 days. And probation, if there's any misreporting or missed UA hotline, file a motion.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
You know what you're supposed to do?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're
May I
welcome.
be excused, Your Honor?
Yes. Demetric Jackson. All right, so when do we want to call this for? Is Demetric Jackson out here? Yeah, can you just call him up? It'll be briefly. And for the, I'm gonna start calling those files. And for the people, all right, for the people who are not ready, I'm just gonna hand them back to you and they can reapproach. Yeah, they're going to go get them. Just 1 second. Let me write this down. And this will follow that. All right, and this the other one. Mr. Jackson, we're gonna recall your case on July 6th. Your attorney could not be here today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll see you then. And I just wanted to let you know.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank you.
right, you're welcome. All right, who's on Carlos Landon?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, and where is Landon?
Go back.
All right, if you can bring Landon up, please. Wait, when, did you confer with the state?
I did, Judge.
Where are they? Oh, hi. All right, what is happening with this case?
Judge, this is the second setting. I think our first setting was about 2.5 weeks ago. Judge Angel.
Well, I mean, it's the second setting for you maybe, but this case has been pending since November 2021.
Right. Judge, I've conferred with Mr. Sanders, and we've agreed on a flood discovery order I'd like to sign so that we can get the discovery and move forward.
Has an offer been tendered or no?
No.
Not yet, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Landon, can I have a 45-day reset? All right, that's your plea deadline date. And soon thereafter, if you decide not to accept the plea, you'll be set for jury trial. Do you understand?
I'm sorry. Yes, she signed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. All right, get a reset form from Ms. Ferguson.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who's here on Jeremy Garcia? And your client needs to appear.
Yes, Judge, she's coming up right now.
Let me see which page Jeremy Garcia is on. Ah, I found it. Isn't that shocking? Yes, where are we on this case?
Yes, Judge, I conferred with Ms. Sparks on this case. My client is eligible to apply for pretrial diversion, which we will do today.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a PTV date for Jeremy Garcia? All right, on that date, you need to make sure that all paperwork has been turned in.
Yes, Judge, I will.
All right, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset date form.
Thank you, Your Honor. May my client not be excused after that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Schultz. Carol Schultz.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Schultz, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, don't be nervous. Let's see something, just one moment. All right, there's a request for early termination for you. All right, so what have you learned from this experience? Other
Not
than
to
you
do
never
it
want to.
again.
Okay, that's a good one. So what have you been doing in your life?
I'm working a lot
Okay,
and taking care of my kids and having to buy a lot of stuff.
okay. All right, and so what are you doing for work?
I work at Taco Bell KFC.
Oh, wow.
Not the most glamorous of jobs, but it's a job. It pays
No,
the bills.
Yeah, no, I always tell people, when you have children, don't be prideful because they gotta eat, they gotta be supported. But the key is, if you're working there, what's the best food that if I were stopping by, what should I make sure I get?
I don't eat there, so. My daughters like the chicken, so I'd say the chicken.
All right, I'm gonna do it. Which kind? Because I think they have original and regular. Crispy.
Original and extra crispy, so I always get the original. The extra crispy is a little more crunchy than I like and stuff like that. They can get a little bit more than what I like. So.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Do you have any concerns about anything? Is there anything else you need from the court to make sure that your life stays on the right track?
No.
All right. All right. Well, State, do you have any objections to the early termination for Ms. Schultz? She's completed everything.
No, Judge.
All right. Then I'm going to grant the motion for early termination, and you have completed your success story.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes, applaud for her. She did her work, and she's somebody who reported.
Congratulations.
All right, so if you get that document to me, I'll sign it.
Yes,
All right, who are the parties on Victor Rivas? Thank you. Where's Victor Rivas? Come forward. Victor Rivas, come forward. Right. What is happening with this case?
Your Honor, there's 3 different cases. We're getting more discovery on the substance case, the lab reports.
All right, so where's this case headed?
At this point, I believe trial, Your Honor. Well, there are 3 different ones.
All right, so has the state tendered an offer to you or no?
Not yet, Your Honor. They're getting us more discovery.
What have they told you when they anticipate having this?
They did not.
Who are you conferring with?
With Brittany.
Yes. Do you know when you all will have the discovery?
They should send it today. I already requested it.
All right. All right. So we're going to recall you for 3 weeks. Is that enough time?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 3-week reset on Victor Rivas? All right. So it'll be for discovery. So we'll see you the 21st of July. All right. So we'll see you back on the 21st. Get a reset form from Ms. Ferguson, then your excuse.
Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome. Okay. Just give me one moment.
Sorry about that. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, you said something off docket.
Judge, it's off docket. I need to approach the court about an ex parte motion on my Brandon Guzman murder case coming up in August, because I have to get a ballistics guy to review the data. I've got the motion filed. I'm not sure if there's a better time for me to come by.
Yes.
But I'm gonna have to talk to the court because I've spent a long time trying to track down experts. I need to pay the expert $5,000 to review the data, or they're not gonna do anything.
Okay.
And then I can talk to Norma about talking to the auditor's office about how they coordinate paying it up front. I can tell you, I anticipate what's going to happen. So I told the guy right now, I just want to report. I anticipate the report's going to come back and tell me I'm screwed, but that will resolve my issues as far as the appellate issues. I've spent a long time trying to find experts. I need to have somebody to review the ballistics.
Okay, well, I don't think they're going to pay that before work is done, but I signed it.
Okay, all right. Who do I ask this? Check with the auditors or?
Yes, or either, you know what, speak. You know what, the person probably to talk to is Anna and Nietzsche.
Okay.
Because they're on that voucher committee.
Okay.
And they'll be able to tell you the best way to make that happen.
Okay, perfect. All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Take that to the back, or I'll make a copy of it and then.
Oh, yeah, you can make a copy. I'll send it back.
Okay.
Hi, and can you give them a file as well?
Oh,
Oh, you want to take the file? Sorry, okay. All right, Reno Corrales. You're still waiting for? Okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry, but I put it up there.
All right, can you-
I told you.
That's okay. No problem. Gregory Edwards.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what is happening with this case?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's coming up right now. It's our first setting. I think there was a misunderstanding between what I perceive to be a missing video from discovery. I think it's the body camera footage from the officer at the center of this allegation. I haven't seen it. I spoke with Brittany and she said it is there. I'm going to go back and double check. If it's not there on my end, she agreed to give me a disc with that video on it so I can look at it. I have not received an offer yet, but I did indicate to Brittany that Mr. Edwards is traveling to North Carolina. He
No problem. It's a hectic Monday, even though it's Thursday.
That's right. That's right.
So
he did travel in from North Carolina. That's where he lives. That's where he resides. We were lucky that he was able to be here on time this morning because of the delays. So I'm hoping we're not going to be here for very many more seconds.
all right. So what we're gonna do, can I get a bunk reset? All right, so we're gonna come back on August 4th. I'm gonna expect you all, since he's coming in from out of state, I'll expect you all to confer off docket.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
So August 4th is going to be your plea deadline date.
Understood.
And of course, I'll extend the plea deadline date if there's some issue with the discovery.
Understood, Your Honor. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. All
Thank you.
right, so just get a reset from Ms. Ferguson. And if this does end up being a plea bargain agreement or something of that nature, then it can be done by Zoom.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sure.
May
You're
we be
welcome.
excused?
Yes, just get the reset form from Ms. Ferguson.
Absolutely. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, you're welcome. All right, is Julian Christman and Sean Foster the same person? Okay, no problem. I was like, wow. All right, who is here for Julian Christman or Julian Christman? Okay. All right, where is bring telephone? Okay, well, where's Mr. Christman? Okay, all right, yes. Mhm. Okay, all right. Yes, we can. Oscar Lopez. All right. All right, he's just gonna get a reset form for July 5th. His attorney is out of county.
Nadie va a poder hablar con usted.
De esto. Y no puedo ponerlo de manos.
Como le dije, yo no puedo hablar nada de su causa. Once you know about his indictment. So I
Okay.
told him I cannot censor in that. That he is
No,
a
you'll have to speak to your attorney.
Sí, tengo que hablar con la abogada. Y él le da el papel.
All right, and Ms. Ferguson, you put in the system that he always will need a interpreter here.
Judge, this is Mr. Christman.
All right, Mr. Christman, just have a seat. We're gonna have an attorney here for you, okay? Just have a seat. Mr. Bach, can I speak with you in the hallway, please?
Yes.
And can I have someone from the state criminal trial division in the hallway, please?
Oh, is he gonna get time? Oh, you have an agreement. Oh.
Who's here on, who's here on Martin Gama? Or Gama?
She stepped out for just a second. She'll be right back.
Who's here on Mary Shepard? All right, Ms. Shepard, if you can come forward, please. How are you doing this morning?
Great, how are you?
All right. So what is happening with Ms. Shepard?
A judgment conferred, and we need to reset it at least one time.
All right, who's the state's attorney on Shepard?
I am Judge.
Do you know, does Ms. Shepard have criminal history or no?
She does have some criminal history, Judge. I believe she has at least one state jail trip.
Okay. All right, so do you all have all the discovery?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State, were you able to tender an offer?
We did, Judge.
All right, so what I'm going to do on Ms. Shepard, I'm going to give you a 30-day reset. Ms. Ferguson, what date would that be?
July 28th.
All right, so on July 28th, that's going to be your plea deadline date. So you, on that date, you'll need to let the court know whether or not you want to accept the state's offer or whether or not you want a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions about anything or about the process?
No, I'm trusting everybody.
All right, thank you. They're gonna give, Ms. Ferguson is gonna give you a reset form, then you're excused. I love your outfit, by the way.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. My sister picked it up.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here you are. All right, is Skye Daniels in the box? Deputy Lord, do you all have Skye Daniels or no? All right, so as soon as, yes. All right, who's here on Jason Bernal?
Robert Shannon, Dr. Jason Bernal.
And where's Jason Bernal?
Coming up.
All right, court is calling 2015 CR 3130, State of Texas versus Jason Bernal. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Shannon Locke for Jason Bernal.
Are you Jason Bernal?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jason Alex Bernal who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2015 CR 3130?
Yes.
For the offense of possession of a prohibited firearm, short barrel, on October 5th, 2015 for a period of 5 years and extended for a total of 1 year. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
On or about the 29th day of March, 2021, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Jason Alex Bernal did then and there failed to submit to drug testing as directed by the supervision officer and or duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
And on or about the 19th day of April, 2021, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Jason Alex Bernal did then and there failed to submit to drug testing as directed by the supervision officer and or duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
We'll waive the others.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Bernal, did you understand by pleading true to violations 2 and 2, the court can find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 2 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violations 2 and 2 true. Is there an agreement?
There's Judge, we're asking that you deny the motion that you extend his supervision by a year and refer him to felony drug court.
All right, is that the agreement?
That is the agreement, Your Honor.
Mr. Bernal, if you drug tested today, what are the results going to be? You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes.
All right, lower your hand. I'm going to need you to speak up. State your name, please.
Jason Alex Bernal.
All right, if you're drug tested today, and you are going to get drug tested today, what will the results be?
Negative.
When's the last time you used?
When I got arrested.
All right, so I'm going to want, before I make my ruling, I'm going to want a drug test. All right?
Yes, sir.
Do you need anything to drink, Mr. Bernal? Or do you need water?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Brenda? Daniels. All right, Skye Daniels. And who is the state on Skye Daniels? Court is calling State of Texas versus Skye Daniels. Night mag number 6599176. Are you okay, Brenda? Yes. No problem. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Albert Van Cleve.
All right, and are you Skye Daniels?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're here on a request for a PR bond. And it says that the court-appointed counsel is Elizabeth Russell. Is she not?
She's one of my associates in my office.
All right, thank you. Mr. Daniels, do you have any objections to this attorney standing in for Ms. Russell? All right, defense, the court is in receipt of the application for PR bond. It's your request. You may proceed.
Your Honor, he's requesting a PR bond. He's not had any difficulties in the past. He feels he should be able to bring a PR bond at this time.
All right, well, the court is looking at 3 pages of criminal history. It shows a conviction out of Las Vegas for battery, a conviction for controlled substance out of Sacramento, a conviction for theft, a conviction for destroying property of another out of Reno, a conviction for force, and I don't know what ADW stands for, but this is out of Costa, Colorado. There is a conviction for criminal extortion threats, that's out of Denver. A conviction for disturbing the peace out of Denver. A conviction of failure to appear on assault out of Denver. A conviction of trespassing out of Denver. A conviction contempt disobey court out of Denver. Another conviction for disobeying a court out of Denver. A conviction for force with a firearm out of, I don't know where this is, but it's out of California, I'm assuming. Conviction of a fight or challenge to fight out of, I believe this is either California or Colorado. Violation of court order to prevention domestic violence. And then there is another contempt of court for disobeying court order. So it appears that he has more than this just from history. State.
Judge, you just, I guess, went through our reasons why we would not agree to PR bond. Not only the violent history, but also it appears that he has failed to comply with court orders as far as missing court dates and such. And then additionally, the charge is a retaliation charge where he told the officer that he would take care of him when he sees him on the street. That's why we are not in agreement with your bond.
All right, defense. All right, Mr. Daniels, I'm gonna deny the motion. And is he, as a part of his conditions, is GPS ordered? If not, I'm gonna request full GPS.
Judge, that was the other concern, was that the PR application says that he's homeless. And I know that in the past we had issues with individuals who are homeless and putting them on GPS, but
He needs to be on GPS. If there's some issue with GPS, then let the court know and then we'll consider something else. But I'm going to ask that he be on GPS. Do I have a page on Skye Daniels? Mr. Daniels, I don't take any facts of, and I don't even want to call it any alleged facts. As far as what you're charged with, the retaliation, I don't take any of that as true because I haven't seen anything. So I'm basing this off of, the criminal history. You understand? All right, so that's going to be denied. And if you're released, I'm going to order full GPS. Defense, have you had a chance to confer with the state on the actual case?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if you would like to do that, of course, you're more than welcome to. We don't have pre-indictment settings, but if something is worked out and you want to put that on the docket, we can have that placed on the docket, even though it's pre-indicted.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. That makes sense.
Yes. He can go back, Deputy Mejia. Yes. That's fine. Reno Corrales. And who was the prosecutor we're conferring with? Yes. All right, the last notes I had is that the state was going to, was contacting a witness.
I think maybe we did an next of kin meeting, Judge, which we did do that, and I did make an offer to Mr. Simpson, but my understanding is he's rejecting that offer, or at least today. That's correct.
All right, so I know that an offer has been tendered. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a plea deadline date on this case for when I'm back, please? All right, your plea deadline date is going to be on July 21st. So on that date, you let the court know whether you're accepting or rejecting the offer. After that time period, if that offer is rejected, the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements unless it's open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm asking.
Yes.
Me personally, I'm not taking no plea deal.
No, here's the thing. How old are you?
23.
All right, so this is what I was always told. We have 2 ears so that we can listen, 1 mouth so we can talk, but you have 1 mouth, not 2. So here's what I'm telling you. You can do whatever you want to. You can not accept an offer or not, but your plea deadline date is July 21st. After July 21st, I am not accepting any plea bargain agreements unless it's open to the court. So if you decide to go forward with a jury trial and that jury is in the hallway and they come in, you sit down, you see them, your attorney sees them, you do voir dire, and then you're like, curses. I want to do enter a plea. I'm not accepting the plea, except one that's open to the court, which means you would plea open to the court and you would be subject to the full range of punishment, not whatever the state is offering. I don't want to know what the state is offering. Ethically, I'm not allowed to know what they're offering, but I'm giving you a chance because I don't require people to get a plea on today and then say, well, that's your plea deadline date, not considering anymore. because sometimes people need things to talk about. Sometimes people want to talk to their family. I don't know what your situation is, but your plea deadline date is July 21st. After that date, the court is not accepting any plea bargain agreements. State and defense, I'm going to want an acknowledgement of discovery on that date as well. Is there anything else for me to sign? All right, just get your reset form and then they will take them back.
Thank you.
All right, who is here? I'm Manuel Suarez.
Present, Your Honor, Joanne.
Hi, thank you. Mrs. Suarez, come on up.
He's lost without Kelly.
He's wondering, right?
Anybody know where mom is?
Brenna, I know you haven't seen this, but it's like Mr. Magoo. Have you ever seen Mr. Magoo?
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Whenever he would go off track because he couldn't see, but they still let him drive, somebody would always end up bumping into him and pushing him right back on the right track.
Didn't I just do that?
You did.
Kelly gave it to me.
All right, so I have today down as, today is the day for disposition. What is happening?
Yeah, we would like to take the plea. The only issue is a parole. So if we could plead today, we accepted the offer and we set it to July 28th or after, that parole will stop and we won't have to go back over there. So that's what we're asking, to plea and reset the sentencing for July.
All right, sure.
But great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure. Oh, no problem. All right, who are the parties on Darren Parker?
He's pressed Judge, we're ready.
Okay, sure, just 1 second. My computer is like, we want to go and shut down. Oh, it's good seeing you.
Thank you, Judge. Good to see you.
All right.
Thanks for the book, too, for the recommendation. Thank you.
Oh, hey, you're welcome. All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 4014, State of Texas versus Darren Kinsley Parker. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Oh, what?
And are you Mr. Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Parker, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes.
Mr. Parker, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all of the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon on licensed premises as a third-degree felony? The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right for jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, The court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Parker, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication, and this is to be run concurrent with County Court Cause number 661377. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement? Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours community service restitution, no contact with All Star Gentlemen's Club at 9440 IH10 West San Antonio, Benjamin David Covington, Bobby James Yanez, Joseph Ryan Pullen, MTR, and motion to destroy the weapon, which is a Black Glock serial number ACSY328. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Judge, before that, it might be a typo, but it should be the MRT course instead of MTR.
You know what, Brenda, do I have something wrong where I'm switching letters? No, it clearly states MRT.
Okay, I wrote MTR. So.
Okay, you know what? Well, we can pretend like you got it wrong and Brittany got it wrong. And that was right.
Yes, you're perfect.
But yes, it's the MRT. See, you know what? I'm still gonna fight my ophthalmologist.
Yeah.
I'm not getting bifocals. I'm not gonna do it. Just not gonna do it.
And yes, Judge, state offers states exhibit 1 and all attachments.
We've had an opportunity to view it, no objections.
All right. And you notice that Bo didn't say anything, so Bo and I were right. His client was right, the rest of y'all were wrong. Mr. Parker, I'm gonna show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you apply for deferred adjudication. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. First, we would waive a PSI seeking to be sentenced today. He would like to address the court as well, but the main issue, Judge, for me, it's the 5 years. I'd like it to be 4 instead of 5. But his main concern has been the number of community service hours. He has a family and children, small children, 30 years of age. The main thing that occurred, to my mind, he moved here from Virginia. He was not aware that that was a crime in Texas to carry a gun. There was no posting. I told him my memory in my 20s when I was going to such places, it was a bar was prominent about no weapons. A stripper club was not prominent about you couldn't, they didn't want to turn anybody away. So it's very hard to find a sign. So he understands, when we talked about this, ignorance of the law is no defense. So he believes, and I advised him, this is the least painful. It's not pain-free, but it's the least painful way out of this mess within which he finds himself. So he's in agreement. He wants to comply. He's totally committed to complying. It's not a drug issue. It's not, I think the tap will reveal it's not an alcohol issue, but he did make a mistake and he wants to pay for that. He's 30 years of age. The 120 hours is going to cause a hardship. You've got small children and 2 jobs. So I think he would like to address the court with that in mind, Judge. And I talked to him about some courts will allow, if we could reduce it, maybe they didn't pay off some of those hours. But that's what, tell the judge. Actually, you want to call him as a witness, I guess, Judge.
Sure, he can be called as a witness. He's already been sworn in by the
Okay.
clerk. So.
Go ahead.
I start work at, I wake up at 5 to make sure I get work. I start work at 7 o'clock at Nemo's Bakery, and then I leave at 3 o'clock to go to my second job by 4. And I work at Burger from 4 to close at 10. So I just don't see.
Is that 5 days a week?
That's 6 days a week. And then some of my jobs, I might work 6 days here and then 5 days here. Because they work with my schedule.
How old are your children?
I got a 2 and a 4-year-old.
And do they live with you?
Not currently. Not currently, they don't. But
were they living with you during this incident?
They were, but
with the mom?
Yes, but me and the mom don't go together anymore.
I'm sure after this incident, because she's trying to figure out why you at the gentleman's club.
It was a big situation going on. That's my.
You know, some people go to gentleman's club and everything. And what time did this incident occur?
It was around after the bar was closed, so around like 2 something.
You know what I always tell people? Nothing good happens after midnight. That's why you should be at home asleep. And then obviously you've never heard the song, It's Closing Time. All right, in that song, you know what they say? Last call for alcohol, finish your whiskey or beer. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. They told you, you can't stay here, and you didn't leave. If you would have just left, we wouldn't even be here. So now they're saying that they don't want you at any gentleman's, well, any all-star gentleman's club. So it's probably best for you not to go to any of those type of clubs. You understand?
Yes,
you could have been at home drinking. And now when I place you on probation, guess what? You can't drink alcohol anywhere. You understand? So I saw, is there going to be any marijuana issues with you?
Oh, no, no.
All right, so you're clean.
I don't know right now. I smoke often. Sometimes I be needing to smoke. I work a lot, so sometimes I do smoke. but I'm not like addicted.
I know sometimes people need to just do mellow.
Yeah, sometimes I just.
I eat cake to mellow out. I need to stop that. So you're gonna have to choose a new form of what you use to mellow out. Watch a movie. Sit outside, listen to the birds. As my grandmother would always say, listen to the birds gossip. All right? How often are you seeing your children?
I talk to them every day, but seeing them, it's our work schedule.
Okay.
Their mom also works.
So then who are taking care of the children?
They stay with their mom. And I also, we're not together, but I'm still in their life full time. I always take care of them, spend money and stuff. We're just in different homes.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. Oh, and before I do this, who was the other guy you were with?
It's about halfway through that police report. First name was T-I-S-H-A-N, T-Sean.
T-Sean Campbell. It's probably best that you don't hang around T-Sean because I could see he was a part of the issue. I don't know what they were saying when they were saying in here he was dancing in an antagonizing motion. What does that mean? Is it like break dancing where they're having a dance off or something? I don't know what that means. Does anybody know what antagonizing dancing is? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure. I saw that and I was trying to figure out what that was. So
Junior high, yeah.
Yeah. So have you been around Mr. Campbell anymore?
I haven't been around anyone from that incident since that night.
So are you okay with me putting a no contact order for Mr. Campbell in this? Okay. So it's going to be $1,000 fine, probated. This is to run concurrent with 661377. 3 years deferred adjudication. 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. I'm going to ask for parenting classes. You can do that on your off days. And so once you complete parenting classes, the remaining of the community service hours will be waived. You understand? So there's to be no contact with, should I just say any dancing establishment? What is the proper way to say no strip clubs? Is there a politically correct way to say that? No clubs where women, where people are removing their clothing? All right, there's to be no, you shouldn't be going to strip clubs. You understand? So I'm going to say no contact with strip clubs. And that includes all of the strip clubs in Texas or wherever they may be. You understand? I think it's for the best. And Mr. Wood, if for any reason he wants to change that, I don't know, maybe somebody's having a party there or something, you can come to me and I'll listen to your argument. So there's to be no contact with strip clubs. No contact with T-Sean Campbell. That's T-I-S-H-A-N, Campbell, C-A-M-P-B-E-L-L. Benjamin Covington, C-O-V-I-N-G-T-O-N. Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y. Yanez, Y-A-N-E-Z. Joseph Pullen, P-U-L-L-I-N. Motion to destroy weapon. Black Glock. Serial number ACSY328. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. When's the last time you used marijuana?
Over a month.
All right, we're going to do regular UAs. All right, how long is the MRT class?
Your Honor, let me check.
All right, thank you. used to have a list of that, and I don't know where.
Just give me one moment, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
That's it.
We have one visitor that is about 12 weeks.
All right. Thank you. All right, proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider with minors. Do you understand? Okay. And so probation, I'm doing proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider with minors. All right, so the MRT program, here's the thing. How old are you?
29.
Sorry, what?
29.
29. Brenda, when I said I was 29, people said, no, you're not. You're probably just 30. Just hang it on to 29 as long as you can. But I'm going to accept that you're 29. I'm going to, because your attorney is saying that you have the 2 children to take care of, plus you have 2 jobs. I know that there's not a lot of time to do a lot of things. And when I place people on probation, I want them to be successful. So I'm going to give you the moral recognition therapy course right now. Do what's right. You understand? When people ask you to leave a location, leave. You understand? Don't take what does not belong to you. You understand? Abide by the rules of the road. You understand? Be respectful to people. So even though your attorney is telling me that you didn't know you could not carry a gun at that location, and there may not have been signs everywhere, guess what? If you would have been respectful that night, you still wouldn't have been here. Because when they would have asked you to leave, you and your friend, instead of dancing antagonistically, would have just left. That's your class. Follow those rules. You understand?
Thank you.
Probation, is there anything else that he needs?
John, did you want field visits at all?
Yes, we're gonna do field visits 1 time per month. All right, so what that means is probation is gonna be coming out to look around to make sure that everything is the way it should be. You understand? All right, you're whispering.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
Could I get a certificate of completion for that MRT? I like that.
Sure, I will give you a certificate of completion.
Very nice, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Parker, I'm going to show you what's entitled trial court certification. Mr. Woodheath, trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. You have 2 children who are looking up to you. And children mimic everything they see. So be a good role model for them so they can say, hey, I'm proud, that's my dad. You understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Sure, just remain, take a seat, and probation will go over conditions with you. All right, are the parties ready on John Robbins?
We are, Judge.
Court is calling in probation, this is for deferred.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2022 CR 4940, State of Texas versus John Robbins. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ryan Groomer for the state of Texas.
Robert Mauer for defendant.
And are you Mr. Robbins?
Yes.
All right, Ryan, where are your crutches?
I'm just in the boot now, Judge.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm upgraded.
You know, I'm trying to help people follow doctor's advice.
That's not, yeah, I may not be doing that, but I have to boot now.
All right. Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. This is done. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have and I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Robbins, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, I did.
Next, I'm showing you the true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
I believe so, Judge.
All right, let me find. Mr. Robbins, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
All right, you're charged with theft 2,500 to 30,000. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
You believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Robbins, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's to be $1,000 fine probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution of $6,118 payable in 2022 CR 4940 to Harbor Freight at 181 Southwest Military Drive. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
Defense, is that the plea bargain
It
agreement?
is, Judge. I wanted to address the court about community service hours that were recommended by the state whenever the court felt it was
All
appropriate.
right, let me ask you all, so I thought he had a second case. All right, next I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with any Harbor Freight. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged in indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Guilty. It is guilty, Judge.
All right. State, any evidence?
Yes, Judge. State would offer State's Exhibit number 1.
No objections.
Mr. Robbins, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept it to evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you Guilty, how the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Would ask the way PSI, Judge.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I would just ask the court to probate as much of the community service hours as the court feels appropriate. John's brother is actually the co-defendant. His case has not been resolved. I don't know if he's going to have the ability to help out with restitution, but I did tell John if his brother doesn't pay, then he's going to be responsible for all of it. I've asked the court to take that into consideration when assessing his community service hours.
All right. So are you employed?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work for Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, what do you do?
I'm a manager, assistant manager at Dunkin' Donuts.
Do they understand what you've been charged with?
Yeah.
And they're letting you handle money? Okay, so what's the best Dunkin' Donut? That's the most important question.
Probably Bavarian cream.
Okay.
I'm a Shipley's man myself, too.
Okay. So do you have any children?
No, I don't.
All right. So do you live by yourself or are you living with someone?
I live with my family.
All right. And that family is?
My mother, my father, and my brother.
So I'm assuming you don't have to pay mortgage or anything of that nature.
Well, I pay them like a rent payment. So.
Okay. So what do you do in your free time?
Not too much. Just work a lot. I've been working like a lot.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. $1,000 fine, probated. 2 years deferred adjudication. Restitution of $6,118 to Harbor Freight at 181 Southwest Military Drive. 120 hours of community service restitution. Court will waive 60 of those hours if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 60 of those hours will be waived. There should be no contact with any Harbor Freight. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Field visits, 1 time per month. Regular UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, is there anything else that's needed? All right, Mr. Robbins, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
All right, counsel, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. So I know you're an adult, but you're living at home with your parents. So what that means is your parents' rules go. So if they have a curfew time, that's your curfew time until you get your own place, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Rodrick Wilson.
Hey, Judge.
Hi, what's happening with Mr. Wilson?
I would confirm with the state, we see an offer, Your Honor. That's where we're at right now, Judge.
All right, do you have all of the discovery?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a plea deadline date for this case within 3 weeks, please? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right, July 21st is your plea deadline date. So on that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the plea or whether or not you requested a jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, after that date, the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. All right, get a reset form from Ms. Ferguson.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Michael Cardenas. Michael Cardenas. Okay. All right, the court is calling 2019 CR 3230 and 2018 CR 2419, State of Texas versus Michael Edward Cardenas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michael Villarreal for the state.
For the defense?
Ed Piker from Mr. Cardenas.
And are you Michael Edward Cardenas?
Yes, ma'am.
And each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt, first amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt, and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? All right, and cause number 2019 CR 3230, are you the same Michael Edward Cardenas? Was placed on deferred adjudication of sexual assault child on June 7, 2019 for a period of 6 years. Is that you? And are you the same Michael Edward Cardenas who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 2419 for the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle on June 7, 2019 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on the same allegations in each of the motions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, any objection to your client's answer be the answer for both motions?
No, I don't object. No objection to that.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 1, on or about the 31st day of January 2022 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Michael Edward Cardenas committed the offense of assault in violation condition number 1.
Judge, we did not agree on which one it was going to be, but I said we weren't going to plead true to that.
Well, just have him play number.
Pick another one.
Ladies interplay. So,
Okay. So how do you plead a violation of condition number 1? True or not true?
True.
Is it a true plea, counsel?
No, Judge.
Oh, he just played true.
Well,
do you want him to plead not true to that
I
one?
want to plead not true to that. We can plead true to everything else.
That's fine.
All right, so state, are you withdrawing that being entered into the record, his plea of not true?
We have no objection.
All right, so state.
Violated condition number 5 in Bear County, Texas, defendant Michael Edward Cardenas, the defendant there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the month of February 2022 in violation condition number 5.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True. Same waiver may remain out.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5 in 2018 CR 2419, court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5 in 2018 CR 2419? And did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5 in 2019 CR 3230, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5 in 2019 CR 3230? Then, and that cause number, the court will find violation of condition number 5 true. And as previously stated, the court is finding violation of condition number 5 in 2018 CR 2419 true. Is there an agreement?
There's an agreed recommendation, Your Honor, and that is to grant the state's motion in each cause, enter an adjudication in each cause, and assess punishment of 5 years confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Institutional Division. And then the state is going to take into consideration CM cause number 95488, which is the assault case that's currently pending unindicted that he previously pled true to, but then withdrew.
Defense, is that the agreement?
Yes.
Mr. Cardenas, are you asking the court to follow that agreement? I'm sorry,
Yes, ma'am.
are you waiving your right to appeal? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then in cause number 2018 CR 2419, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, taking consideration CM 95488. And in cause number 2019 CR 3230, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2018 CR 2419, and there's chapter 62 registration. Just one moment. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
Not from the defense.
All right, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review those with your attorney? Did you understand them? And did you sign them? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction in each of these cause numbers, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record, Mr. Cardenas. Sometimes when people get sentenced, they think it is the end of the world because you have to do time. But you're still of an age where you can get out of prison and you can change your life. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. All right, who is on Martin Gama? All right, is there an agreement on this one?
There's not, Your Honor.
All right, where's your client? All right, you can come forward, please. Court is calling night back number 653940, State of Texas versus Martin Gama. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michael Villarreal for the state.
For the defense?
Linda Corley.
And are you Mr. Gama?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I see that he's currently remanded without bond because he had a new arrest. And what was the new arrest?
Judge, I think it was the deadly conduct.
It's two deadly conduct, but the same offense, same transaction.
All right, is there any witnesses from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm assuming it's just argument?
Judge, I just would like to introduce the two offense reports, just the one he's currently on bond for in the new case. Just state exhibit one. We're not asking to be remanded. It's just for consideration.
Well, yeah, if I could just take a quick take.
Sure.
Okay, we could just.
Yes.
I have seen. No objections.
All right, and what exhibits are they?
Safety exhibit one is the case that he is currently on bond for, that's the police report. Safety exhibit number two is the new arrest cases, the deadly conduct cases.
All right, any objection?
No objections.
All right, then states exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted for purposes of this hearing. The court will hear argument. Defense?
Judge, we do have bond set on his other cases, Your Honor. I have had extensive conversations with my client and his family. We are requesting a $15,000 bond. And if the court allows him to have this bond, and I don't know if you find GPS necessary, if we could have partial house arrest so that he can work. He does have a job. Judge, he also is diabetic and has not been eating well in jail. Highly susceptible to COVID, so we would like to give him an opportunity to bond out if possible.
All right, state.
The state's asking for no less than a $30,000 bond, Judge. The fact is that he was on bond for a case, and then he reoffends with the same victim, as well as had 2 additional victims on it. That would be the 2 new deadly conduct cases. His original bond on his case was $10,000. I think that it's appropriate that his bond be no less than $30,000 for picking up a new offense with the same victim.
Judge, we are looking at working out these cases as well. We have a plea offer that I'll be continuing to talk to my client and his family about, Judge. So we were just requesting that you set a bond. That this family's already having problems getting the money together. He has quite a few bonds, Judge, so we would ask for $15,000.
Okay, here's the court's concern. And Mr. Gama, I'm gonna tell you what I told everybody else. I'm gonna accept any of this, as true because your attorney hasn't had a chance to cross-examine anyone. But my concern is that you were on bond for a violent offense. And I'm assuming that there was a no contact order in place. Was there a no contact order in place, state defense?
I'm double checking.
I believe there was, Judge.
All right.
Yeah, there is. Yes, Judge.
So there was a no contact order in place. And then we come back and you have a deadly conduct case with the same complainant. So it appears that the court's orders are not being followed, and that's very concerning to me. I don't know if your attorney wishes you to speak and be placed under oath, because let me just tell you, if you raise your hand, I'm going to swear you in. And your counsel will ask questions, then the state will have a chance to ask questions. So do you still wish to give testimony to the court?
Judge, yes, I'd like to call as witness.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record, please.
My name is Martin Gama.
All right, could everyone please to whisper? All right, defense.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Gomez, is there something you'd like to let the court know about in reference to going forward from here and being on bond?
Yes.
Go
You
ahead.
have to speak up.
Yes, ma'am. My wife and I were wanting to work things out. We're in the process. I was processing going to therapy and doing everything. That's the only reason why I didn't go with the order as far as the protective order. She wanted me home to help her with my son, who's 10 months of age. We just bought a house.
How do you work out things with a gun?
That's not, that was not.
I mean, I'm just saying.
The gun is, the
That was
deadly
the Bolero, ma'am.
conduct. Stop. The deadly conduct, Judge, was completely separate, strangers.
Okay.
That's, so why would it be different if she let you on there?
I want to strive to be better and be a good father for my son, and a good example. I messed up. I'm only human. I'm sorry. I'll follow the order.
Okay, here's the thing. Don't do the only human thing with me, because I'm only human. There, if you look around this courtroom, there are a lot of attorneys here who are only human, but they don't have an assault case pending and they don't have a deadly conduct charge, and they're not disobeying the orders that I've given them to stay away. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Judge, I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Gama, the fact is that the deadly conduct case doesn't just involve the 2 strangers at the convenience store, right?
We are allegedly, yes. So.
I mean, he's under oath, right?
Yeah,
He needs to
testify.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to speak up. And could everyone please whisper, because I'm trying to hear the testimony.
Allegedly, yes.
Okay, and then you'll agree with me also that based on the police reports, the deadly conduct also involves the same victim, right? Your wife.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right? So when you told the judge that it only involved 2 other people, that's not true, right?
And
So again, you were on bond for an assault choking case. I'm not going into the facts. You were on bond for an assault choking case with her, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you admittedly continue to violate the order by having contact with her, right? Well, you testified to the fact that you were living with her, right? And then after that, then we have the police report for this case, right? Which has allegations in it, right? Okay. And so we're not just here for just that case too, now that you've admitted also that you were living with her and continuing to violate the court's order, right? I'll pass it to the judge.
No further questions, Judge. I would like to correct the record. My client didn't say that the deadly conduct was just the other strangers. I did, and I had that incorrect, but that's not what my client said. Judge, for just argument's sake, my client understands that he is severely messed up. He made the wrong decisions. He had his reasons. He understands that no reason matters. You have to follow the order, do it the right way, get permission from the court. He wants to go forward, Judge. He wants to get this right. He understands the serious nature of this, and Judge, he is willing to do whatever is required to have the court allow him to bond out.
All right, so this is what the court's gonna do. State, I know you're asking that bond be set no less than 30,000.
Yeah, and Judge, now with new information that he's continuing to violate the court's order, you know, maybe 30,000 not appropriate, but I'd ask him no less than 30,000.
All right, so the court will grant your motion. The court is setting the bond at 50,000. There's to be full GPS waive fees. And defense, as you know, the court does not have pre-indicted cases on the docket, but if this is something you wish to bring back, just let the court coordinator know.
Judge, would you consider allowing him to work in order for him to do all this financial? He will need to work, and he does have a job.
Once if he's released on custody, then the court will reconsider, but for now it's full GPS.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Villarreal, could you hand that to the court reporter?
Yes, thank you.
All right, Nathan Rosas. And probation, this is a plea for probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2021 CR 2783, State of Texas versus Nathan Rosas. Did I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ryan Grimmer for the state of Texas.
For the defense?
Michael J. Sawyer, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Rosas?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, I'm showing you the acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Rosas, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Rosas, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments, the defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargaining agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargaining agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so, Your Honor.
That's one. Mr. Rosas, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargaining agreement?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty degree 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
And if you have a plea bargaining agreement with the state, court doesn't have to follow your plea bargaining agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargaining agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand?
Yes.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 2021 CR 2782 and 2021 CR 2781.
Your Honor, if I may. The
Yes,
state was recommending straight probation.
yes. Did I say deferred?
You said you just said deferred adjudication.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, the state is recommending community supervision. There is no application for deferred adjudication. And there should be 120 hours, I'm sorry, $120 to SAPD for lab testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes,
Defense, is that the plea bargaining agreement?
It is.
State, is that the plea bargaining agreement?
It is, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
yes,
Counsel, there being such motions.
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years and there be a TAP evaluation. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
yes,
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
guilty.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Judge. State would offer state's exhibit number 1.
Defense has no objection.
Mr. Rosas, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court is finding you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I would point out, after a point in time when picking two cases up, he was the victim of a shooting that happened next door. He was not involved in it, but they shot in his direction and hit the arm, also hit the spine. So he is in a not very good medical condition right now. Needs to be out of jail, we get better care. He's getting right now. That's one reason I asked the state to expedite the case. They did, and I thank the state.
All right. Do you have any children, Mr. Rosas?
Yes, I got 4 kids.
What are their ages?
7, 5, 4, and 1 month. 1 month.
All right. Do you take care of your children?
Yes.
What do you do?
Nothing right now, no more.
Okay. So what is your diagnosis or prognosis?
Paraplegic.
Okay. So are you working on getting SSI?
Yeah, that's SSDI.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is finding you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in prison, suspended and probated for 2 years, $500 fine that'll be probated. Take in consideration 2021 CR 2782, 2021 CR 2781, $120 restitution to SAPD for laboratory testing. There are to be no community service hours. Proof of SSI within 60 days. You need to at least have filed an application. I know
Yeah, I did.
sometimes it takes time.
Yeah, I did.
There should be regular reporting by Zoom. If for any reason you can't report by Zoom, then it has to be in person. There'll be regular UAs, field visits 2 times per month, and probation if need be. The field visits can form as, can be substituted if probation wishes as his visitation.
Yes, sir.
All right, probation, is there anything else you need?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Rosas. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. So here's the thing. Sometimes when bad things happen to us in our life, we become bitter about it. But you can use this as a way to change your life and do something different.
Yeah,
All right, good luck to you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, thank you. Have a good day.
All right,
Have an
you too.
excuse.
Yes. All right, who are the parties on Angel Briseno?
My client's here.
All right, I see that it's for PTD. What's happening with that?
Judge, I emailed for an update. I did not get an answer back. I'm hoping that it's pretty close here. I would ask, I can follow up on that email once I get upstairs, but if we can get a 30-day reset, I'm hoping it'll be gone by next time.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Briseno, please? All right, we'll see you back on July 28th. Good seeing you, Manny.
Good seeing you too, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Here you go. Coach Gordon.
Yes, Your Honor, we're here.
Yes, what is happening with this case?
Yes, Your Honor. First off, we're just needing a reset. Michelle's working with me on that. We are also asking on this case, while they look at it, if we could.
Coach Gordon, make your way up.
Sorry, I didn't know.
That's okay. Yes.
There is a no contact order. They have kids. We're in agreement with modifying it to where they can communicate regarding the kids, but not remove the physical.
That is correct. We don't want them to have physical contact, but we're okay if they communicate about the children, over the phone or via text message, over the computer, that sort of thing.
So what's going to be the third party as far as the oversight? That there is no antagonistic text. Is this through an app?
Well, I will tell you, she wants it removed to no harmful or like it removed completely. We are asking the attorneys, based off the circumstances of this case, are asking for it only to be removed so they can communicate.
All right, prepare an order. Now, the other thing, what is happening with this specific case? Where are we on discovery and offers?
Defense was going to provide me with a statement they'd taken from a witness in this case and then review it. And then we're hoping to have it set soon after that.
All right, do you have all the discovery from the state?
I believe I have all the discovery. And I would just let the court know that my grandmother passed away on Tuesday.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's been crazy. But the funeral is next week, and then I have a vacation letter on the following week. So I just don't need it set too quick, especially an impact court or anything like that, because I wouldn't be available.
Oh, no, this is not for impact. Before we get to impact, it has to be an offer tender, and then I give plea deadline dates.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make everyone aware of
Sure.
what's going on.
So when are you going to be out?
My vacation is from the 3rd to the 8th.
Of July?
Of July.
All right, Ms. Burgess, can we put this towards the end of July?
That would be perfect. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you back on July 28th. On July 28th, state, I'm going to expect an offer to be tendered and an acknowledgement of discovery file. All right, you all are excused.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Jason Bernal. Good morning. What is happening with this case?
Took the drug test, passed the drug test.
Oh, what's the result of the drug test?
Negative.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Usually people who don't need water will test negative. That's what we discovered. All right, so we're back on the record in 2015 CR 3130. And state, with regards to this case, what are you requesting?
Because we're asking that he be referred to felony drug court.
All right, if he's referred to felony drug court, it's going to have to be extended for 2 years.
2 years. It's funny, Robert.
All right, I'll deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include referral to felony drug court and extend 2 years. Is there anything else he needs probation?
No, Your Honor, do you want to give directive if he's not eligible or?
All right, when you go to felony drug court, you need to let them know what your drug issues are. Don't go over there pretending like you don't have any drug issues. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because if you do, what will end up happening is they're going to reject you. And they want to be back here and I'm going to do something else. Maybe inpatient treatment at SATA for safety. You understand? So if he's not accepted, come back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Probation will go over things with you.
Everybody excuse me.
Yes. For now, I'm looking at the clock. I'm just trying to get the inmates. Who is Jason Morales? Jason Morales. And defense, is this a case where you're asking that he be sentenced today?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2019, he needs to be in the middle. 2019 CR 11749, State of Texas versus, guys. State of Texas versus Jason Morales. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michael Villarreal for the state.
For the defense?
Sean Henderson for the defense.
And are you Jason Morales?
Yes, sir.
Defense, I'm showing you the acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Morales, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review it with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, state's waiving banning count 2 and proceeding on the lesser included of count 1, the lesser included being assault, bodily injury to a family member or household member.
Any
No
objections?
No objection, Judge.
Mr. Morales, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family? As a Class A misdemeanor, the range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
I understand.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
I understand.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Morales, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
I'm sorry.
Has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen? Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family, household. Punishment is to be assessed at 29 days in the Bexar County Jail. There are no applications. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent? Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement? Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Judge. I just wanted to make sure that I guess there's also an understanding that the judgment is satisfied based off of my client's time.
We'll get to that. But did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, completely.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, state offer state exhibit number 1 and its attachments.
No objection, Judge.
Mr. Morales, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand, again, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments and taking states exhibits 1 and attachments into evidence, court will find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will find you guilty of assault, bodily injury, family, and household. Counsel, are you waiving PSI?
Yes, Judge.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we just ask that you follow the agreement and give my client credit for the time that he served and find the judgment satisfied.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 29 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Give you credit for any time served. The court will show that the judgment is satisfied. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Ms. Morales, here's the thing. Do you have children?
Yes, sir.
Do you have children with Sylvia?
Oh, no, that's my mother.
Hmm?
That's my mother. No.
All right, so that makes it even worse. Here's the thing. Your mother works hard. Your mother brought you into this world. Was she a good mother?
She is, yes.
All right, when you come into the house and she asks you to wash dishes, the least you can do is wash dishes. Don't talk back to your parents. I don't care how old you get, you need to show respect. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Brandon, you ready to take a break?
I'm just standing for a second.
All right, because if you want to take a break, we will.
How many you got?
8.
8?
Yeah.
You're all inmates?
It's come back at 2, but I'm cutting it off at 12:30.
Okay.
All right.
You think we're gonna knock out 8 in 20 minutes?
No.
Okay.
But I'm just, everyone, the court is taking its break at 12:30. Kevin Johnson. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Your Honor, he's here. We just got the paperwork on the plea offer, and we're gonna go over it, we'll turn it in.
All right, so we'll come back on your case at 2.
Okay.
It's gonna be a plea at 2. James Stegmeyer. What is happening?
Your Honor, we just got Dr. Scott's evaluation, which pretty much says he's competent, but he's in failing mental health because of his Parkinson's. He has dementia associated with his Parkinson's. So he's in failing mental and physical health is what his letter says. All that said, we conferred with Michael and he extended an offer based on the circumstances. Mr. Kuntz returns on Monday, and we just want to have one reset to talk with his family and consider the offer.
All
The
right.
offer was just extended today.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I get a reset on James Stegmeyer? You can put it for when I'm back. All right, July 19th.
Okay, Your Honor. And I have one more, compost Nevis compost, excuse me.
All right, deputies, Mr. Stegmeyer can go back. Nevis compost or Campos. Nevis.
He's coming up, he's on campus.
All right, State, did you speak with the witness on this case, please?
Yes, they have, Your Honor. They've extended an offer. He's rejecting the offer at this time, and he would like time to hire an attorney. I'm court appointed.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, bring this back for jury trial. In July, please. You can put it with Judge Angelini. All right, you're coming back for jury trial on July 11th. And you'll need to have your attorney then, and whoever that attorney is, they need to be ready for jury trial. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
They're gonna give you a reset date.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
After she gives you the reset form.
Perfect. Thank you.
Tyrell Shirley. Oh, Tyrell Shirley.
Tyrell, yeah.
Nope, it's Tyrell. Every vowel is pronounced. What is happening with this case?
Oh, Judge, I confer with the state judge, and I just need opportunity to make sure I get all the discovery. So would
Have they made an offer?
They made an offer.
Okay, Ms. Fergus, can I have a 30-day reset on Ms. Shirley? All right, July 28th is going to be your plea deadline date, and after that, you're going to be up for jury trial, quick, fast, in a hurry.
So one, this first thing
From January. No, there's January 7th, 2021, but that's our plea deadline date. So her plea deadline date will be July 28th, and after that date, that's when you'll get your jury trial date.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right, is this
We need to
Tuesday?
sign.
Yes, the discovery, reset form from Ms. Ferguson.
Okay. Okay. All right.
La Prentice County.
That's mine too, Judge.
All right. So don't have her leave without signing. La Prentice County.
All right. Oh, okay, his case, Judge, and I had the first setting.
This is the second setting. It is. So what's happening?
Oh,
Well, I will tell you this. Actually, it is, according to my notes, it's sort of your first setting because I know you were in jury trial.
Correct.
So where are we on your case?
Oh, they made an offer, Judge, and I got to make sure I got all the discovery, and so we just need a reset.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we put this on the same day as Shirley? And what date is that?
8th of July.
All right, we'll see you back on the 28th.
Thank you, Judge. Always a pleasure.
All right, thank you.
And, just have a seat, and I won't.
Israel.
I don't go to the gentleman's club.
Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. Israel Moreno.
He's present, Judge.
Or I'll leave before 12.
You do. You need to be at your house. All right, what is happening with this case?
Judge, we'd ask that it be set for jury trial.
Has an offer been tendered?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mrs. Ferguson. On Israel Moreno, can I have a plea deadline date in July when I'm back, please? All right, your plea deadline date is July 21st. I'm going to need an acknowledgement of the discovery by that date as well. And what will end up happening on that date? You let me know whether or not you're accepting the plea bargaining agreement. If you reject the plea bargaining agreement, the court will not consider any further plea bargaining agreements. The only plea bargaining agreement the court will accept is open to the court. Do you understand?
Ma'am.
All right, so we'll be back on July 21st. Daniel Van Duzer. Daniel Van Duzer. Who's the attorney for Daniel Van Duzer? Okay, when are you recalling it for? Yeah. Okay, what day? All right, your case is going to be recalled for July 6th. Your attorney is in trial in another court. Can't be in two places at the same time. All right, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset day. Mr. Hitchens, he is not going to be able to take care of your case. There are issues going on there, medical issues. So your attorney, you're going to have one attorney, and that's going to be Melissa Christian. All right, thank you. Here you go.
Say my name, say my name.
Sean Foster.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
On another note, I have the deal worked out on the guy you appointed me on. Can I reset him next Thursday for a plea?
Is he going to do the plea today or no?
I'd like to come back and do the plea next Thursday.
Okay, sure.
Okay, but we have it worked out.
Okay, thank you. All right, could I have a prosecutor up on Foster, please? Thank you.
The 30th, yes, ma'am. No, yes, ma'am, the 30th.
All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 1546 and 2022 CR 1543, State of Texas versus Sean Foster. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Sparks.
For the defense?
Charles Bond.
And are you Mr. Foster?
Yes, ma'am.
I know you. You've been in court before. Okay,
Never misses a day.
never. Mr. Bond, I'm showing you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in each of these cases? And did you review those with your client?
Yes, we have and we did.
All right, and each of the cause numbers, just one moment. I'm so sorry. And each of the cause numbers, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. And each of the cause numbers, Mr. Foster, I'm going to show you documents entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, just one moment. Let me find the other indictments. This is the second indictment. Did you review that one with your attorney as well? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Guys, please whisper. State and cause number 2022 CR 1543. Are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
I believe so, Judge, if that's the assault on a police officer.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're proceeding with the repeater enhancement allegation? All right, and then in cause number 2022 CR 1546, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we're only proceeding on count one. We're going to waive count two as well as the repeater enhancement.
Any objection?
None.
All right, and each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
In cause number 2022 CR 1543, you're charged with assault on a peace officer or judge with a repeat offense enhancement allegation. Your range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life, and a possible fine up to $10,000. In cause number 2022 CR 1546, you're charged with possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams as a first-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In all of these cases, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Do you understand? In each of the cause numbers, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering plea bargain agreements in these cases, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into plea bargain agreements in these cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to these offenses?
Yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Foster, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter pleas?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. And each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, the state is requesting that your sentence be assessed at 5 years in the prisons. There are no applications. The cases will run concurrent. The state will take in consideration 2022 CR 1544 and 2022 CR 1545. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement in each of the cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Defenses of the plea bargaining agreement state.
Yes, Judge.
The only addendum, Judge, with regard is what's written below. Yes,
Yes.
Judge. Correct.
Defense, I'm showing you the paragraph. I'm sorry, Mr. Foster, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel intervening such motions.
No.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. If you fail to appear for sentencing, your plea will stand. And if after reviewing the evidence, I find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and you don't appear for sentencing, then you'll be subject to the full range of punishment, which is up to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Then in cause number 2022 CR 1546, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? And in cause number 2022 CR 1543, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Yes, Judge. State offer state exhibit 1 and all attachments in both case numbers.
No objections.
All right, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, in each of the cause numbers, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses, statements, and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand? Then in each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept in its evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. And in cause number 2022 CR 1543, how do you plead to the enhancement, which reads, and it is further presented in and to said court that before the commission of the offense alleged above on the 24th day of July AD 2012, in cause number 2012 CR 5868W in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant was convicted of the felony of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. Do you plead true or not true to that?
And Judge, we're printing that judgment for you right now.
All right, thank you. We're not on the record for now. When are we bringing this back?
We're gonna get a date after we finish.
All right, what date? How much time is your client asking for?
I'm asking till the end of August when I'm back in town.
Okay.
As as you pointed out, he's always here. He is wearing a monitor, so we know where he is. He's not a flight risk.
All
He
right,
has no intention of stepping out on this good deal.
all right. Ms. Ferguson, can you give me an August date, please?
And Judge, it won't print the judgment. This is the court of martial. I don't know if I can give it once file 360 will load the judgment. I don't know if I can give that to you at that
But
time.
do you all have just the printout that shows what the
His,
charges and
will
that
that be
it
okay?
was sentenced? Yes, if the defense has no objection. Okay. All right, defense, the file 360 is not working.
That's fine.
And so they're going to give a printout if there's no objection from the defense that shows what he was convicted of and what the time was.
There's no objection.
Okay.
CR 5868.
I'm still not able to print out just the page on there showing the conviction and what time he got. All right, we're back on the record. And state, are you offering into evidence the B page that shows the conviction in cause number 2012 CR 5868W?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, do you have any objection?
None.
All right, then the court will find in cause number 2022 CR 1543, the court will find the defendant guilty. The court will find the enhancement paragraph true based upon his plea or true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. In cause number 2022 CR 1546, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. And we will return for your sentencing on August 25th. You need to be here at 9 a.m. All right. Is there anything else from either side?
Just these, Judge.
Thank you.
Nothing else from the defense, Judge. Thank you.
All right, and state, then I will sign these dismissals once he is sentenced.
Okay, Judge.
So I don't. All right, just get your reset form and then you're excused.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. Oh, have her come forward. Who's this? And Brenna?
Yeah.
You can be excused. All right, what case is this?
Online? Yes. Thomas Early.
All right, what, Mr. Early?
He was set for 1:30. He's not on the morning docket.
Okay.
But it was just discovery compliance, and I've worked with Michelle, and we do have now, we just received the body worn camera from 2 officers that we're waiting on. I haven't been able to watch it yet, and neither has Michelle. So I was asking if we could go ahead and be reset because we do have confirmed the receipt of the body worn camera. We're just needing to now go review it and get back to the court.
All right, and the state, you haven't presented an offer, correct?
On this one, I can't remember if I presented an offer in the last one. I would have to check, but I know defense was wanting it's actually body worn camera from an earlier incident, but same parties involved.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can I have a 30-day reset on Thomas Early, please?
And Your Honor, can I have that for the same July 28th that my other case was, if that's possible?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and guys, on that time, I'm gonna want the state to present an offer and acknowledgement of discovery. All right, thanks. Everyone, the court is on recess. So the court reporter is taking her break, a well-needed break.